At what point, Danny, did you know I'm leading the Open Championship?
We were tied leader after 5, and Johnny said, "Look at the leaderboard. You know, you're leading the Open." And we kind of had a giggle, and but then got back to work and knuckled down and made a few good birdies around the turn. And you actually stretched out to a pretty decent lead at one point.
There are some guys who would deliberately not look at it or tell the caddy, their partner, "Hey, not." But you kind of smiled and laughed through a lot of that. Why?
Well, it's a childhood dream. You're leading the Open, regardless of what stage it's at. It's quite nice to be leading it after 36 holes. It'd be nicer to leave it after 72. But you've got to embrace it. You've got to take it on your shoulders, and if you want to be in the position where you're going to contend Sunday, you've got to look up there and feel like that's where it should be.
We were chatting a little bit about the wins, and you described them very simply: playable. Why?
That certain shots, it's probably 25, 30 yards. That's if you can control your ball flight and if you strike it where you want to strike it. Otherwise, it could play 50, it could play whatever. So it's a strength, I think, out there where you can hit good golf shots. If you get some good numbers, you can hit good golf shots. The greens are pretty soft, obviously, for around here, and the flags are a little bit tough, but not too bad. So, as long as you can control your ball flight, you're going to give yourself a few chances.
You're not unused to being an elite player with the #1 amateur in the world still, Danny. What do you expect to face this weekend if you're able to maintain form?
It's more myself. I've got to go out there and know that this is where I belong, and I'm playing good enough to compete, and obviously that's why I'm up there at the minute. So we've just got to stick to the game plan that we made, and see what the weather does, and then obviously play around with it from there.
Mike, you have to love someone who looks at the leaderboard and can smile and laugh at the fact that he's the leader of the Open Championship. Well done, Danny.